Welcome back. Now we are starting about our role to see about our AI world is going to be how it's going to be changed. Actually, we are facing the world on the year of 2020. So decade in 2020 has been already started. So the world is now not only on the mask leave, the world is going to be facing new world, which is often called as the fourth industrial industry revolution. So this fourth industry revolution caused so many changes into this world, into the form of the civilization. This civilization will face a new framework or paradigm. So uh, we are already facing the world. So in that, digital transformation is quite widely spread out to be considered in the key concepts. So EU Parliament, European Union Parliament, initiated this as a state of the play, and they put a new framework, and so they tried to summarize 2014 to 2019 parliamentary team. So they tried to use make a documentations for preparations for the future. So the digitalization is often called as a connected devices, abundance of connected devices, often called as the IoT, will collect so many sensors, which has been our wearable devices or some other portable devices or any other machinery devices. So many things that has been connected to each other, as we have already witnessed. So those are going to be processed into make a better or useful information or comfort the intelligence. So digital markets since 1990s, mid 1990s, that has been erupted, but still that is keep growing and growing. Uh, but there during that period, there are so much challenges in EU framework described. Digitalization of industry is lagging behind, which is called the ICT technology goes high, but the people's skill is not so much high yet. That means a lack of workforce will be remained, and lower number of digital champions will be facing. So that means uh, uh, we need to be promoted and hire skillful people, but usually not easy. Uh, in, in, in that sense, the digital market has some barriers to serve, especially in electronic commerce. So we still have a big lack of investment. Shortfall is about 155 billion euros, among which Commission requires 500 billion euros by 2025. So these types of called as a digital divide. I mean, if people's skill is not well matured in technology level, and also the investment is not enough yet. So this type of challenges we are going to be facing. So to foster the digital transformations, we have to increase the productivities and jobs. More than 50% increase in ICE of European product growth, and 350,000 vacancies in Europe for high-skilled technology experts. So we need an increase the efficiency. Probably, we are also facing the new technology like a blockchain, which is a key technology in emerging technology arena. So we need empowered Europe empowerment. So Eurobarometer survey 2017, they says it reads two-thirds European people say the digital transformation, will have a positive impact on society and economy and their lives in the future. So EU framework covers so many different sectors like legal or finance, but we are rather focused on the technology. So I would like to say that 2014 to 19 Parliament team delivers digitalization of European industries and digitalization of public sectors and European electronic communication code field and new broadband funds and roaming charges, open internet, cybersecurity, free flow of non-personal data, cross-border online content, protection of personal data online, and anti-geo-blocking, and reuse of public sector information, and modernizations of EU copyright rules. These are all covered by the department team. So each one is what type of technology based, so they documented these all materials already. So they have already broadcasted or published on their EU policy parliament. You can search it from the EU parliament too. So the potential for the future. So we need to have focuses on the as a priority for unlocking future growth. So EU says the labor markets. They focuses on new labor markets and AI and robotics and standardization. EU Parliament guidelines for 2019 budget. So digitalization of EU industry and promotion of digital skills in entrepreneurship. And they also have to have assessment of the impact of AI to industries and societies as well. European Digital Project initiatives, there should be very good things for future development. So those policy outlooks covers robotics and AI. So in the case of that, they are much more concerns on ethical norms, ethical standards, and so and also high-level experts groups on AI, which has been published. So EU ethical guidelines on AI, they are much more concerns on ethical norms, and they also safety and liability. And they also propagated new initiatives like access to and reuse of this data and interoperability of electronic health record systems and digitalization of the public sector and competition policy and standardization and cybersecurity, modernizing education and training systems to exclude the digital divide. So this is one short break again, but I'm going to continue. So which axes are going to be discussed? For example, as an issue, for example, for human civilization, we mostly pay attention to like poverty or wealth, and also health and education. How to thrive our quality of life higher, and also technical skills. So these are all covered by our education systems and also technology enhancement. So which one we are much more pondering on these things on our daily lives, but different types of echoes really comes from the different ideology. So at the crossroad of our digital future created, so UN gave us some guidelines like sustainable development goals. So in the goals, there are some challenges like deglobalization and protectionism, and how we can get regulations and the government will guide better or sufficient way to ensure our society or environment. So lack of innovations or uneven tech adoptions, they are all going to be challenges for all human beings are encountering now. So key questions here arise. how we can make the decision that will realize the full potential of digital transformations to improve the state of the world, and also how we can initiate a global multi-stakeholder dialogue based on a consistent set of definition and evidence about digital impacts on just our human society. This kind of two kinds of key questions are rising. So many ideas are to assess in the society how we can value or assess the value for the society. So they provided one type of like value aesthetic for the society or for the industry. Each value as a stake in society, that is adding value added and then migration, and also for the industry, values for customers and values for labor force, workforce, and value in environment. So that, yeah, in other words, how we can evaluate some value, how we can devise or define what constituent values which has been incorporated in that topic. So in digital value to the society also can be devised that. So this whole society in the market, digital market, there are big funds like which is called Vision Fund 1 and 2, which has been initiated by Mr. Masayoshi Son, the president of SoftBank. The first one has been already successful. 100 billion US dollars has been already collected and distributed to foster to digitalizations or world entrepreneurs world. The second one also has been designed more than 100 billion US dollars. That has been still sustainable and also be invested to many different sectors which has been mentioned in many business sectors. So here, nowadays to feel this type of digital transformations or platform, so we could say about that digital clouds. Cloud services quite widespread out nowadays. For example, major tycoons like Amazon, Google, or Microsoft, they are all majors. Already they have provided so big platform as an infrastructure. Not only on that kinds of measure, there are some minors like which is called DVC, deep brain chain. One time I have invited the owner of this DVC in our university, in my department. So we had seminars before 1 year ago. Anyway, so currently there are so many services which has been provided by the infrastructures, as mentioned, cloud virtual machine, or storage, or network services. Also, we have some platform as a service, like an application software development. Developers are providing. So those tycoons are also providing this kind of platform too on those infrastructure. So they are all tailored computing system and service, and also they provide storage and networks and database and customized management too. But sometimes serverless computing environment is provided. Some different types of software-based software as a service company, or such as system or software itself, will provide it as an order-based or subscription service. So security patch, upgrade, or management has been put on this platform as a service. So those software will be provided as a software service nowadays. So in this case, what was most common things for using the uh, digital transformations, you have already been familiar or acquainted with this type of platform, like YouTube or Netflix as a on the top services, right? On OTT. So currently, we in our daily lives we also use the SNS in Korea, Kakao, Band, or Line. Before, actually, we have also used Cyworld, but major tycoon in the world, as for example, Facebook or Instagram or WhatsApp and WeChat and so on. So many uh, different types of SNS will be used nowadays. Also, we are also using as a cloud repository as a Google or in Korea Naver or Microsoft or some other tools like a Dropbox and so on. I think these are quite most common things we daily uh, we, we daily are using this type of services already in our life. So I think who's going to be the market? This is one kind of projections or some idea. Who's going to be the market winner? So we are very likely to listen up winners take all, but actually, who knows? All the time, only one single winner or some other multiple stakeholders are going to initiate or provoke new industries. We do not know in the future, but we can already witness so many historical uh, involvement in the market. So actually, they are going to be used in the case. But in some case, for example, if you are behind that skills, then we are going to lose the chance. So in a few missing uh, chances, then all gone maybe. So the best practice, if you search out, if you find a new best way, then uh, of course there are remain how we can search that, and also if you are working that, we are going to have such a chance to do that. Probably we need some indulgence. What's going on and searching out and look out more. So we need to find a new paradigm, which is called as a uh, even not matured in the market or the society, but still it is moving or evolving. So, but in the case of the DX, that is, I think, because that has been wrapped up 2016 in the WEF or 14 to 19 the EU's framework. They say this is a recently documented. That means those ideas are going to be just starting or initiating as an embryo. So maybe it is going to be a big chance for us, reversely talking. So we are going to use that. So if I summarize them all, DX, digital transformation, is still moving, evolving. I mean, just starting in some sense. Thus, henceforth, so many layered projects or trials are going to be on the way. So we must search out in an individual-based or group-based or uh, some learning process, in some learning process. So no stopping anyway. So that is very, very important. So I will try to give you one imaginations here. I'll give you one idea. Imagination itself can be called imagine is a thinking or with an image or thinking on an image that is dreaming in some sense. So we engineers or designers or graduate students who are going to be a PhD in the future. So you are currently staying here as a present, but you are living to the future. So at the same time, you are living as a single person, as a life, and also you are developing your own technology as an art. So those are controlling effects one side and the other. So one timeline or one hand or the other hand. So you are going to think in different ways in your daily life. So how you make your dream come true. So you need many application targets with the methodologies and many options to solve those or clear up your dream. So at the time, I emphasize you better have good friendships with your nearby friends and nearby landmates. Not only those when you're appearing to their submariners like a conference call, then I would like to conclude in this way. Uh, I, I recommend you to build your own networks and get along with your friends happily. And also, you gotta have to many chances to join meetings or making new friends too. So you must check out which is impactful for your life and to acquire your own success. So as a best practice, you can find, you can do and design and plan and redesign and keep going to perform that. So you gotta join the worldwide meeting, not only on the domestic, but look out as well as inside too. So looking inside on your own hand, then you can see that the other hand. So that is, I think, that's good approaches to make your life, yourself successful in the future. Thank you very much for your attention. My class, there are AI actually has many different aspects. So there are many kind of questions are going to be arise from your own brain, so you can share those ideas onto uh, our uh, online class. Thank you again.